Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, where we give you a lot of interesting and useful tips and information for your future stay or life here in Benidorm and in general in Spain. Today we have the latest news update from the lovely old town of Altea, which is where we are right now, and we have a lot to talk about, so stay tuned up until the end. First, let's talk about the situation update. As you all know, the 15th of May is the most important date for all of you who are planning to come here to Spain, especially if you are not from the European Union or the Schengen zone. Why? Because right now we still have quite severe restrictions, taking into consideration that you cannot come from third country unless you are fully vaccinated or recovered recently from the virus. The government is not planning on any kind of new measures or restrictions, so for now, so far, so good. Once we will know the latest restrictions, I'll obviously make you, even if it is a short update, for you to know if it's already free time to travel to Spain or if we still have some restrictions for traveling. By the way, Spain is not only worried due to the virus, you know that we've already grippalized it, it's like a flu for Spanish government, but they're also still worried about the children's hepatitis, which is like a viral type of infection as they call it, and quite a lot of children have been already diagnosed with it. They still don't know where it's coming from, and if it would be just a singular case like in one country, they would not be stressed about it as much. However, since it's been already in more than 20 countries confirmed, they are quite concerned about what is going on and why. In total, it's been 228 so far cases confirmed in all the countries. Here it's been just 22, but some of them were quite serious with organ transplants. The World Health Organization just really wants to know why this is going on, what is the main cause of it, to be able to prevent it, or at least telling all the hospitals to make sure that they check children really well, the ones that are coming to the hospital, to be able to detect these cases as soon as possible. So we have not only virus in here, but also the hepatitis that mostly children have from a few months old up until 16, 17 years. The second news comes from our lovely and sunny Benidorm town. Benidorm right now is really worried, I must say, due to the climate change and the weather, the temperature change in our area of the Mediterranean Sea, because they think that it might cause the decrease of the quality of the touristic activity, which would mean basically that less tourists will be coming to our area. It's very interesting for me to know. Please let me know in the comments if you're coming in the peak summer months when it's the hottest, like the end of July and August, or if on contrary you choose to come different months like May, early June, or maybe winter, spring, autumn season. The mayor of Benidorm has already presented a special plan for the climate change adaptation, in which it actually says that the temperature rise is already a reality in here. Last year, if you don't remember, if you've not been here, in August we've reached around 47, 48 degrees in here. It was just for a few days, you know, but still, it's historical temperatures in here. We've never ever had them like this before. So the weather is changing, the climate is changing, and especially bigger towns, they need to adapt to it, which is why Benidorm is already preparing to make the city more comfortable, and not only for locals but also for tourists who are seeking quality tourism by the sea and the beach area. What they are doing is actually Benidorm will be the first ever town with more than 50,000 citizens in whole Spain, the first ever in history to make this plan come true. There's going to be 54 points more or less what they will be doing and are planning to do. Some of them already have taken place and have begun, like for example the Mediterranean Avenue changes to eliminate car fumes, to plant a lot more trees, make new parks and zones with a natural shade, to be able to create areas with less temperature than obviously on the sunshine, so that the town would not heat up as fast, as well as changing to eco-friendly light system and clean electricity generation. Also, they are thinking of biodiversity diversity, and a lot more. So the projects of Benidorm are just amazing. There are a lot of green areas, mostly walking zones or for bicycles or for electric cars. So in the future, Benidorm definitely will be a nice place to be. However, there's still a long way for that one. And the last news comes from the airport of Alicante in general about the tourism here in the area. The airport is living its express recovery right now. You know that the last few years were really hard. At some point there was everything shut down at the airport. Basically it's just arrivals and departures, and that's it. Barely any cafeterias, barely any shops, nothing at all. However, right now we've reached already the same amount of tourists arriving to our lovely Costa Blanca area and to Alicante airport that we have in the 2019. 2019 was supposed to be one of the best years for tourism in our area. However, you all know what have happened, and right now 2022 is really close to this number. So maybe, just maybe, this year will be the best in a lot of time of the history of Alicante region, Benidorm, and all the surrounding area in general. During this next weekend, we will have over 875 flights coming to Alicante Elche Airport. By the way, those of them who are coming during this weekend mostly are obviously British tourists as well as French ones. By the way, French tourists right now here are staying around 17 days for holidays, which is the average number. British tourists in average about 7 to 9 days. And on the third place we have Nordic countries, which is not surprising because they've been loving to visit this area for a really long time, especially due to the climate that they have in their countries. So a lot of people from Norway, from Finland as well, and in general a lot of northern countries are arriving in here for holidays. You can even see that right now early in the morning here in the old town of Altea there's quite a lot of people. Benidorm is also full, the Levante beach is full, and it's just amazing to see that everything is fully recovered. By the way, I've checked for you the prices of the hotels in Benidorm to let you know from which price right now you can have your stay more or less. Take into consideration that these prices are for bed and breakfast, and it's for 2 people for 1 night. So the more nights you're staying, the more reasonable, let's call it like this, price, and the more discount you will be getting for a longer stay up until starting from 7 days and more. The cheapest hostel that I was able to find in Benidorm costs right now for 2 people for 1 night, starting from today, so like for these dates, for 29 euros, which is quite cheap. If you take a good flight here to Benidorm, your holidays can be really cheap. And a lot of people don't need expensive hotels if they're just coming there to sleep, and the rest of the day they're spending on the outside. 2-star hotels are available starting from 32 euros for 2 people for 1 night. 3-star hotels starting from 55. There's only one hotel, by the way, that is 4 stars that has the price of 34 euros per night for a double room. And this is the Hotel The Station, which is situated, as you all know, on the bus station here in Benidorm. They barely have any guests, so they're really desperate for, let's say it like that, for people coming in, because the location is good, but the place itself, what it is located, the station, not so much, so people are not staying in there, which is why they have a price of 34 euros per night. But if you're searching for something economic for a 4-star hotel, maybe that's the good deal if you have a rented car or some kind of transport with you, because it's quite far from the Benidorm city center and the beach area. Magic Hotels chain do have some more offers, and they have from 51 euros, which is the apart hotel that they have, and the rest of the hotels are starting from 60, 70 euros more or less. Met Playa Hotels chain have starting from 83 euros, but it's because the majority of the hotels that they have are 3 stars going towards 4 stars, which is why the price is slightly higher up. However, As you can see, starting from 29 upwards, you can find a lot of different accommodation options. But don't wait up until the end, because a lot of the hotels, they have limited capacity right now, and some of them do have fully occupied sign on board, or they have limited minimum amount of nights that you need to take to be able to stay in there. So the earlier you book, the better options and prices you will get. And now let's talk about the weather. As you can see, it's really warm today. The sky is blue, the bluest. There are barely any clouds in there at all. And this is the weather that is expecting us during all the rest of the summer season. Basically, no rain is supposed to happen, so officially the rainy spring days are over in here. The rest is just sunshine, great weather to explore the surrounding area. The temperatures are rising up quite a lot. I must say, for me it's concerning because it's happening too fast directly towards this summer season, but it's actually really nice for all those of you who are coming here. In some points of Spain today, it might even be around 33 to 34 degrees today. Right here, they were supposed to be saying that it's the weather forecast. I mean, supposed to say that it's around 24 degrees, but I don't believe that. On the sunshine, it might even be 26 to 27 because it's really warm right now. In Alicante will be the same temperatures as here, around 24-25 degrees. In Barcelona 23, in Granada 29, Malaga 24, Sevilla 33, Madrid 31, Murcia 28, Balearic Islands 23, Canarian 25 to 27, and Valencia 24 degrees today. Up until Monday, temperatures will be rising, so if you'll be arriving next week on Monday, bring your shorts, swimwear, slippers, anything you have, a lighter wear, because here the temperatures will reach around 31 to 32 degrees. Even here in Benidorm, which you can see, by the way, right there on the horizon. So officially we can state that the summer has begun. This was the latest news update from Spain and Benidorm area. Today we were in Altea's Old Town. Thank you all for watching. I wish you a lovely day, and tomorrow we have a new video from the official walk tour down the Levante beach in Benidorm. I'll see you then. Bye.